who's Neil Barker? I think you never actually know who you are in life, and you get to know yourself more and more as you grow older. If I look at who I was when I was 15, 20 years old, 25, I believe that I'm in my 30s, it's all almost different characteristics of a person as you've grown older and you've come to know yourself a little bit better. I can definitely tell you, I'm very driven. I don't let people get me down.
About Indian music that give us, that uppity and go feeling in the morning. The song speaks to you. The beat, you like the beat, for instance. So artists write about real life experiences. It could be their own. It could be their sisters, their friends. So we learn through music, and basically, yes, this is your heartbeat radio station, RSA FM. Before we say goodbye, I'm back tomorrow, of course, and that's now the Trendy Tuesday. That's the topic for tomorrow. We'll look at all that's been trending in the past week. What got you mad? What got you to laugh? And of course, what will Twitter be without all the funny gifs and memes? So, fantastic show. I'm back tomorrow. We're playing out with Justin Bieber. And Where Are You Now?
I would love to say that I have a balanced life between work and family with my dog, but work does take out most of my hours during the day, and I try and make time for family and friends, and also personal life, even trying to go to the gym, which also is difficult in most cases. So my life is my work, and which I love and I enjoy and want to continue. I can't see a date where I'm ever going to retire, to tell you the truth.
Oracle Group, it's a group that has grown over the past few years. It's expanded, it's taken you down avenues that you probably never thought you'd go. What does the Oracle Group stand for, and where does it come from?
Okay, so Oracle Group, I started Oracle Media, and from there I started Oracle FM, which is an online radio station, and Your Oracle, which is online TV, and I thought which better than to put it under a banner called Oracle Group, which is ultimately those three. Obviously Oracle Media more well known, and the bigger one of the three as the social media marketing company, which I'm quite active in, and I think all three actually just supplement and complement each other in such a nice way that you've got your radio, your TV side, and then the social media marketing side, which is a nice fit.
Davies, welcome to Your Voice RSA. We're talking to you today in the capacity of, you're working at Oracle Group.
Yes.
Give us a background. What do you do at Oracle?
Oh, my job's fantastic. I'm a writer by heart, and I got the privilege to basically translate words into the radio. I do the morning breakfast show, which is from 7 to 9, Monday to Friday. So take a listen and let me cheer you up. After the radio show, or my show ends at 9, I make my way upstairs and I get to start writing and interacting as well. So I do a bit of PR and admin for Oracle Group, and I'm really loving it. I'm really loving it. Working with people is fantastic, and our team is young and fresh. We all have a vibrant, vibrancy that we add to the team. So there's never a dull moment here.
Yeah, I think it's where we're going in the future. I think people are moving away from the older way of advertising, and if you look at your millenniums, even people of my age in your early 30s, we're moving away from the norm that people used to use and going with times. Times is just, you need to modernize yourself, and if it means spending money and you're not willing to spend that money, then you're not going to be around in 20, 30 years.
Do you believe that, in Afrikaans is a saying, die hoogste bome kry die meeste wind? Do you think it's a case with regards to social media and being involved in the marketing and the planning and all the websites and everything that you do? Do you believe that puts you out there for more scrutiny than what a normal person would do in an 8 to 5 job?
I think anybody that tries to be different and stand out from the crowd will get a lot of heat, especially from competitors, especially for people that's jealous. It happens. And it's not always a bad thing. I think it's a good thing because you learn out of your lessons, you learn out of admin mistakes that you've made in the past. And learning from those mistakes is a good thing, because you're not going to make those mistakes again, and you're going to make sure that you double check on facts and so forth in the future. And I think that makes it a lot nicer, learning out of it, and also getting the heat from other people. But yeah, definitely if you and I've always said it, that people are talking badly about others, and those are the people that you need to be wary of. So look at those, compliment others, and are actually happy for those around them. If I look at it from an entrepreneur's point of view, I love seeing other entrepreneurs do well, because I know the hard work that goes into it.
Hello, my name is Arthur Blowfield. I am the client liaison here at Oracle Media. A big part of what my job is interacting with our clients. I'm basically the middleman between our clients and our team. So any requests that come through from our clients goes through me, and I distribute it amongst our team, just to keep the communication lines streamlined so that they always know who they are speaking to. In terms of my education, I went to high school at Alexandria High School. After that, I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do with my life, so I did a certificate in business called a Higher Certificate in Business Principles and Practice from Varsity College. After that, I realized I actually do enjoy the business world, so I decided to do a BCom Law after that, a 3-year degree, honours program for international business management. Currently busy writing my treatise on that. It's a focus on social media marketing with SMEs in the Nelson Mandela Bay. It works out quite nicely because I actually work for a social media company, so a lot of the research I need to do is easily accessible to me. So in a way, I think they go hand in hand, which kind of feels like it was meant to be.
I think if someone pays you a rand for something, you need to give them 2 rands value at least. They need to get value out of you, and if they're not, you're not going to be around forever. You're going to make a quick buck now, and in 5-10 years you'll be out of business or working for someone else. You need to give value, you need to be different. And if you work in a town that only works till 4 o'clock, you need to be that person that's there till 5 o'clock and offer something different and just much more to your client than what the rest is offering.
Best and worst part of your job?
Best part? Everything. I love what I do, the concepts, the ideas that we come up with. It's fun. I really do enjoy it. The worst part, I would say, sometimes could be the amount of hours that's being worked. And look, obviously sometimes there's a client that isn't going to be happy with something, and then it's a bit of a letdown. But then you've got that opportunity to prove them wrong and to go, oh wow, let's change this, let's make it more to what they want specifically. So I think in any business there could be a letdown, but I really do love what I do, and I can't express it in more than what I'm doing currently, or emphasize it more.
You've been on board Oracle Group for quite a while now, as you said, presenting radio shows, interviewing guests, being live on sites, doing various events. What is it like working for somebody like Neil Barker?
I'm very privileged to work with Neil, and I actually got to know of the Oracle Group through an internship run through the radio. So the radio was my way through the roof into the company, so I'm very lucky. And he's got extensive experience now, not just in the legal field, but it also translates now into media. And I want to basically make my mark in media, so I was very privileged to get the internship on Oracle FM to start my journey, and he's also given me a bit of training in terms of how to articulate, how the interviews work, how to secure guests, and also the behind the scenes admin as opposed to, script writing, the business, let me say, behind radio and obviously, media as a whole. So I'm just wanting to learn as much as I can, from him and his experience. What I like about Neil the most is when I make a mistake, anybody else makes a mistake, there's never that fear to go speak to him. I feel like he's ready to listen and guide you. Yes, he'll be like, but he will still say, next time try this approach, etc.
Would you say service is the number one goal or aspect with regards to what Oracle Media offers?
That's basically his motto. His motto is be the change that you want to see in the world, but that also translates directly to, a simple brief given. Take your time with it. See how much you can add to it, how much you can take out of it to improve it, and then only deliver the product once you yourself are satisfied to receive it. So he encourages...
You do a lot of traveling. A lot of your business is out of town, which is, across South Africa, but you do a lot of traveling. How does that impact your business being based in Port Elizabeth, yet you service South Africa?
Well, with modern technology, you can really offer your services to anybody in South Africa or even in the world. So it's just up to you to make sure that you do it. I do travel a lot, and what I normally do is I will, if I'm flying to whichever city, it's nice to fly at night and do your emails on the plane. So you incorporate it with your work, and it's not we sit there for an hour or 2 hours and you go, oh, what to do now on the plane. If you know it's a busy day, then at least tonight you'll be able to get your emails and sort it out in terms of it.
What drives you? Because it's not an easy industry, as you said, long hours, lots of traveling. What drives you to do this?
Well, it's my passion for it, and that drives me a lot. Also, when I was in grade 5, my teacher said to my parents I shouldn't do maths. I did maths till matric, which is grade 12. And when I started this company, I had a few people that said to me, you shouldn't do social media marketing, you should stick to law. Are you sure you want to do this? So it's not to prove them wrong, even though I do think I am, and I'm cocky about it. But I think it's because I really love what I do, and I want to grow the business into a really successful business that delivers fantastic service, which I think we are at, but just with even more clients. I've got my set goal, and I've had an office which I've been driving past for quite a few years, and I've always said to myself I will be in that office one day, and I'm working towards that. And one day I'll move Oracle Media and all the others into that office, and it'll be a goal reached.
It's very interesting. Neil was one of my lecturers when I did the BCom law degree for 3 years. So during those 3 years, Neil and I built up a really good relationship. And once I finished the BCom law degree, I've realized that it's a lot more difficult to find work than anyone actually makes it out to be. And eventually, after applying to numerous areas and numerous jobs, and even like job recruitment agencies, and not really getting any feedback, I contacted him one day and I asked him if I could just do an internship just to get some work experience, because I didn't really have any.
What legacy does Neil Barker want to leave one day?
A legacy in terms of social media, that I was able to teach those in terms of social media something, whether it was the do's and don'ts of it or how to use it to better your business.
So he's very approachable, and he gives critique easily, but he also receives critique back easily. And as a boss, that's the most fantastic part that I have in working with Neil.
It's a very interesting question, because I'm very much I'm not an artsy person, I'm not a creative person at all, and I don't deal with creative people. So for me it was very difficult to figure out that where the people I'm used to get things done, you need to basically tell them and it gets done type of thing. With creative people, they tend to take their time and do things once again creatively, because that's just the way they are. So it's a completely different dynamic to manage creative people.
Neil, is he a control freak?
That's also an interesting question. He is very much a control freak with regards to every single aspect of his business and his employees, except for me. I very much have freedom to do whatever I wish in the company. I think it's once you earn a certain level of trust with Neil and he knows that you're doing things for the benefit of his company, he stops becoming a control freak.
I believe all businesses can advertise their services on social media. You just need to be up to scratch and be able to deliver those services as quick as possible because social media is quick.
Is Neil a control freak?
We've heard that a lot, but he just wants to get the job done. The show always has to go on.
And if you're not hands-on in your own company, you're not giving value for money.